Hello, everybody. Welcome to Funnel Factor. Today we are diving again into Kathryn Jones' CF Design School landing page. That's what we do here on Funnel Factor is we are breaking down landing pages of entrepreneurs that are either in the coaching space or in the info product space, and we are learning from breaking down their landing pages. We want to know what they're doing to build more trust, have more credibility, and get more sales and opt-ins into their pages. So right now we're going to switch over to, we've got the clock on already, we're going to switch over to the view of the screen. And what I'd love for you to do is put #live down in the comments so I know that you're here and watching. Please follow along. If something catches your eye, feel free to comment. I need the practice on watching my comments. So I will do that. Okay, what we're going to do is focus on read. So yesterday we focused on the first factor of the trust test that I do up here, and that was for titles. We broke down her title and we looked for key things that we want to see in a headline. Today we're going to focus on #read, and that is going to be basically like, how does her copy read on her page? How is she getting her sales message across to get someone to opt in? Hey Adam, welcome. Thanks for joining. Okay, so we watched a little bit of her video yesterday. We may dive into a little bit more of this if we have time, but right now we're just going to focus on like the actual words on a page. So we broke down the headline. We looked at a little bit of this too. This is doing a really excellent job of pulling out like the pain points that people would face learning a skill like this. Like, all the objections, like, oh, I don't know coding, I don't know Photoshop, I have no design skills. Like, she made it very clearly, you don't need these things, right? The pain point that she is solving is someone who has an ugly funnel is costing them sales. That's the pain point. And then how she is solving that is by teaching them how to do it in 30 minutes without any of the tech skills. And she is going to be giving them a 4-part video training series, which is cool because it's a little bit different than like, oh, sign up for this free webinar, right? Web class. She does have a web class up here, but also get free 4-part funnel design video training when you register now. So let's dive down deeper into the page and see what else we have going on. Okay. On the button, we've got, yes, save my seat. Training is 100% free. Making sure people understand, like, you're not paying for anything right here. This is 100% free. She said it, let's see. She said it just that one. Okay. Sorry. Two times so far. It's not in the headline. So she said free 2 times so far. And then down here, okay, now she's highlighting like what they're going to do, like what this training is teaching them to do or to teach them what is possible. Turn ugly into extraordinary, turn visitors into subscribers, turn traffic into sales, which is ultimately what people want, right? They want, it's not only about like making your things not ugly, right? It's about, I want more subscribers, I want more sales in the end. Along with this, I think it's really cool that she's got actual visual pages, screenshots of pages of what she's saying you can do, rather than just like some icons, which is okay if you have nothing else to show. But you know, a lot of people, we do our little list of things here, and then we put an icon above it to give us some visual interest, or we put a little bit of text down below, giving a little bit more of detail of what we're talking about. But I love how she's got like, well, let's just show them like some actual case studies right here. Like, that's really awesome. And it's not her case studies, it's not her designs, it's designs of other people, which means these are her students, right? Like, it's alluding to like, oh, those are like people that have learned this from Kathryn 4 days after the webinar, 8 days after the webinar, 12 days after the webinar. Like, that's really, really awesome. We'll probably get more into this on Thursday when we dive into social proof day. William, thanks for joining. Okay, so and thanks for the compliment. That's awesome. I'm glad you're loving the content. Okay, we're going to skip this section because this is definitely social proof. We're going to dive into that on Thursday. Hosted by Kathryn. Look, she's got a little bio here. Kathryn, #1 bestselling author, social proof. It's not Thursday. Okay, CEO, Automate Academy, a master funnel web designer who is sick of seeing ugly funnels cost people sales. So she's driving home that pain point again, right? That problem that she's trying to solve. And thus this training. I love Kathryn. Okay, this web class is happening for a limited time only, so don't miss it. Register now, very limited seats, right? This is scarcity. This is urgency. Like, there are very limited seats. There's only a certain number of people that I'm gonna let watch this, right? And it's for a limited time only. So we've got both things. We've got scarcity and we have urgency here. Okay, what you'll learn in this free web class. Okay, free. We've got free again. So that's the third time she's mentioned free. Secret number 1, your website is ugly, but it's not your fault. Secret number 2, secret number 3, right? These are her main points she's talking about in her actual training. So when you're putting together a registration page for a training or a webinar or a web class or presentation or whatever it is you're calling it, the things that you, like the main points, which I'll give you a little tip, the main points that you should be putting into those trainings are actually helping people to overcome the objections they're going to have to your offer. These are the things that they must understand to be able to be in a position to like be a buyer of your thing. So your website is ugly, but it's not your fault and it's easy to fix. So that's the main thing, right? It's easy to fix. You do not need to spend 7 figures to be a 7-figure website funnel designer, okay? How do you use the design facelift to explode your sales? That's like a huge thing, right? Most people landing on this page are like, I don't really care what it looks like. I just need it to be making me sales. Even if you suck at selling, that's a really big objection to be overcoming for people. Even if you suck at selling, because I think most people do. Okay, example. Okay, let's check out these examples because I've never seen like these examples below secrets before. Example to look forward to. How design hacking absolutely transformed funnels in over 8 inches, all in 30 minutes. Example, look forward to how an 18-year-old and a 65-year-old with no tech skills become masters. Okay, so this is really, really awesome. What these are like when you're doing a webinar, you are talking about your secret, right? You're talking about that thing, but then after you are talking about like your like, gosh, that's like the framework, right? The framework of what you're talking about, the overview of what it is, you dive into a case study, you tell a story or give a case study of how someone was able to do what you are actually telling them to do, right? So on here, on this page, she's telling them like, I'm going to tell you about this particular thing. I'm going to tell you about this person who was able to do this. And I'm going to tell you how this service was able to go from $500 a month to $6,500 a month. So that's really, really awesome. And I don't actually see this very often on webinar registration pages where it's like, here's the secrets I'm going to tell you, but here's like the actual like stories I'm going to tell you. And Kathryn is queen of stories, right? Using stories to get more sales, right? So this is right up her, like this is right in line with her brand and her business, which is really awesome. And I think this is a really cool tip for you guys to take away today of like, tell them what you're going to be telling them, right? Like just don't hide it. Button under each one of these, register. I think that's it. Some people might think that's a little overboard, but I think it really works for this design. Okay, it looks like it fits in with this. We're not even talking about design today, but I just want to point it out. See, we've got like the 3 rounded corners. We got the button that looks like that up here, and then it like repeats itself down here. So it's almost like making the design itself look symmetry. It's awesome. Okay, back to the content, the copy though. Okay, what you'll get when you register for the webinar, and then remember at the top, she promised there's a 4-part video training. So now she's telling them, okay, you're registering for a web class, but here's the instant access to the training videos. Here's what you're going to get. So she's highlighting each one, and then she's got, of course, some images to go with it. That is the message of like the copy on the page. So let's break it down into sections. So the top part is all about like hooking them in, right? We're focusing on who this is for, what's the problem she's solving, and how is she going to solve it, and she's overcoming objections. So she's actually doing 4 things up here. then we have a place for them to actually register right here at the top. This section here is highlighting, here's what you're going to be able to do, or what I'm telling you you will be able to do after you go through this training or buy my thing or whatever it is, right? That's this section here. We've got some social proof. We've got some urgency. Then this here is, here's what I'm going to be teaching you in this web class. That's the section here. And then here's what you're going to get. So a lot of this seems like it's kind of repeating. It's like, here's what you're going to get. Here's what you're going to get. Here's what you're going to get in different like ways. But it fills in the page. It gives people something to look at, like to actually like, oh, I'm interested in this, but I'm not quite sure. Let's learn a little bit more. Like there's always those people that want to like know as much as they possibly can before they commit to something. So I think that that's kind of the genius of this page is she's giving them, without overwhelming them, she's giving them a lot of information here about what they're going to be getting themselves into, which is really awesome. And then of course all these buttons come back up here where they opt in. And we didn't even dive into the video. So her video itself is amazing. If you've never watched her video, even if you have no interest in this product or her webinar at all, go to cfdesignschool.com and watch her video because Kathryn's videos are amazing. Okay, that's it, you guys. That it was easy to fill time today with Kathryn's page. We're gonna dive back into this page tomorrow. Wednesday is design day, which is really awesome because it's kind of like it's kind of meta, right? Like we're gonna break down the design of Kathryn's designed page for her design school. Okay, so we're gonna do that. We'll focus on that tomorrow. If you want to watch more episodes of Funnel Factor for free, go to funnelfactorshow.com. The link is in the first comment. And we're in week 8, you guys. So there's Russell Brunson in there, Alex Sharfin, Ali Burek, Dana Malstaff. I can't even think of everyone I've done. Dan Henry. We've got lots of people in there already, and it's just gonna get more and more and more. If you would love to get on a bonding call with me, put in the hashtag in the comments, funnel friend, and we'll just like take 10 minutes to get to know each other. There's no strings attached. I just want to get to know the people that actually watch my show and be friends with you. So put hashtag funnel friend down in the comments, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.